Welcome to the University of Belize, where your potential meets opportunity.
At the University of Belize, your journey is about more than what happens in the classroom. Through Student Affairs, you have a network of support designed to help you thrive throughout your UB experience. The Wellness Center is here to support your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Student Services connects you with the guidance, resources, and opportunities you need to navigate university life and to stay engaged. And through athletics, our Black Jaguars build teamwork, discipline, and Jaguar pride on and off the field. As you begin this new academic year, remember, you don't have to navigate the journey alone. Student Affairs is here to support you every step of the way.
My name is Dr. Lindsay Graham, and as the Dean of Student Affairs, I am thrilled to welcome you to the Jaguar family.
Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Yma Casey Mortis, the Director of Marketing and Communications here at the University of Belize. Today for our first show, we have an exciting lineup for you guys. We're going to be talking to some important movers and shakers, in particular when it comes to what our students can look forward to as a part of their UB experience for this new semester. We're also going to be traveling back in time, and we're going to be hearing from an important part of history, institutional history, and then we're going to stop and look forward, and we're going to be talking about important measures and different initiatives that the university is taking to support the development of its faculty. So welcome again. We are super excited to have you join us on the lawn. It's a beautiful day in the capital city, and we want to start off our first conversation with a very important part of the university experience here. And of course, that is our students. Joining us, we have with us Dr. Dale Graham, who has a very wide portfolio to handle this academic year. And so with no further ado, welcome, Doc.
Thank you for having me.
I know that you've just now accepted the position as our Dean of Student Affairs.
Yes.
So before we get into the conversation, tell us a little bit about who Dr. Dale Graham is.
I don't know how much time you have, Ms. Yma, but a little bit about me. My name is Dr. Dale Graham. Born and raised Belize, but I've lived away for the past 15 years now, and a lot of my educational journey.
This is what happens when you're live. We're in the
Am I still?
The breeze is blowing.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
The trees just wanted to say hi. Yes, a lot of my educational journey has happened mostly outside of Belize, and I'm hoping to bring a lot of that experience and that exposure that I got into the experience that I get to create for and with the students at the University of Belize.
Now, impressive. I'm excited, and I think I told you this a couple of weeks ago, Dale. I'm happy that you have youth on your side. And I know you're very exposed, and so I'm looking forward for us to continue working. But when we talk about student affairs, I mean, we're talking about a lot of things. We're looking at student services. We're looking at our wellness center, we're looking at our athletics department, and whatever other student engagement that occurs. So there's a lot going on. But tell me, what would you say is your priority area so that we can really provide, you know, that unforgettable UB experience for our students?
Honestly, Yma, one of the main things that I'm looking for us to prioritize is really just having students have an experience that is outside of the academics. We understand, right? We want them to get good grades. We want them to perform and be successful academically. But I think a lot of the role for myself as the Dean of Student Affairs and our team is how do we create an experience where we create memories, all right? Yes, you're here, you're in classes, you're learning really interesting things, but honestly, you get the degree, Yma, and after that, what you think about is the memories, the people you met, the way you built your confidence.
I love that, Dale, because that jumps right into my next. I'm thinking about, you have a solid point. And for the most part, because we're a people who are cultured in that way, you know, it's academics. But the reality is that acquiring a higher education is far more than just a degree. So coming from your perspective, what would you say then would be things that you want to see our UB graduates leave UB with, apart from the degree? What are some of the experiences you would want for them to have?
Yeah, honestly, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot because I saw our orientation students, right? Freshers, they just came in, they're excited, they're energized, and I thought about them at the end walking across that stage for graduation, and I thought, other than the transcript that says you completed, what else would I want to give them? And what I really want to empower them with is more values. Like I want to empower them to be confident.
Yes.
All right. And I think a part of the educational experience is you figure out who you are. You take chances, you try the new experiences, you build yourself up in a way that when you leave from that university, all the opportunities that were there, you took full advantage of.
I love it. I love it. And just to add in a little bit, I want to say, I mean, from the communications perspective, over the past years I've been in this position, I've seen a change. There is change that's occurring on campus. Once upon a time, when I would engage or interact with a student or with a few students, they would literally run from the camera or hide their faces. And now I'm seeing that shift where we're more open. Like, you know, want to take a photo? Of course. A nice smile, you know. How do you feel about certain things and they're ready and willing to share? So there is change, and I think you're coming in just at the right time.
Catching that wave.
That's right.
Yes.
What role do you think our students play in really bringing to realization what your vision is?
The most essential role, honestly, I think what I need students to understand is to be empowered, knowing that you all are the major stakeholders of this university. All of this and all of it is going to be nothing if you all are not engaged in it. So everything that we do, all the programming and the initiatives that we try, I mean, the administration, the faculty, the staff are all committed to their growth and their wellness. And so I think the main message, I was like looking at the cameras, which one is my camera, right? To talk to the students, to say, I need you to come out, all right? A lot of time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears is being put into the programming for this university. A lot of money as well that you are contributing to this. So this is really your product, all right? And I think my message to them is, you're to spend your money, come and make use of it. All right, I really want to highlight one of our main priorities right now is wellness, holistic wellness, right? Yes, you do great at school, but everybody needs a person to talk to every now and again.
Oh, of course.
To manage the stresses that come with adjusting to life in university, and that's why we have a counselor. Some people also just need space to be motivated, to know that, hey, you could do this, you know. You're managing life. Life be lifing,
right.
Yma. Let's not pretend. Life is lifing, and what I want students to understand is that in the midst of that, you need to make sure that you have a supportive community, and that's what we want to offer.
Amen. That's right. Thank you so much, Dale. I feel excited, as I've said before. I know our students who are listening and tuning in, and parents, sponsors, they're feeling a little bit more confident, and perhaps the excitement as well, knowing that your students, your investments are in good hands, and the University of Belize, we have the support, willing and ready to help our next future generations. And I'm pretty sure that our students, after our sit down, they're going to get a sense of, oh, that's the new Dean of Student Affairs. And
I met some students, Yma, and they looked at me and they said, you look like you know a vibe. And, and I was like, I took it as a compliment, like, okay, yes, I am a vibe, but my vibe is support.
Yeah. And that's all we want.
That's all we're trying to do.
That's all we want. Thank you so much. Any final words? Any upcoming events that we want to talk about?
Yes, we have an upcoming event of the semester kickoff that is happening here on the Belmopan Campus particularly. This is happening on August 26th between 9 to 2 p.m. And we just want to invite all the students and also the wider community. We're giving away a lot of things. We're giving away a lot of things. I'll start with what I'm giving away today. So for the students watching the live right now, the first person to make their way onto the lawn today, right now, is going to get a free lunch from the cafeteria.
All right.
So whoever shows up
small,
first.
But I like it. I love it. Let me tell you, I love it. I love it. I love it. So there you go. Our dean just said the first student who's watching this live and presents themselves on the lawn gets themselves what?
Free lunch.
One free lunch.
Yeah.
One free lunch. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
we
for
look
having me.
forward to see what the semester has in store. As I told you before, our office remains ready and willing to support you as best.
Okay, see, I show up on the lawn. You just say when.
We appreciate it.
Right.
Coming up next, guys, you don't want to leave because we're going to be taking a step back. And we're going to be looking at a very important part of our institutional history. We're talking about the Belize Technical College, and it's coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
I think that one of the central impacts that this workshop will have is that it's always important for us to continue discussing Belizean history, learning from our development and learning from our different processes of development. Today we have Dr. Assad Schumann coming to share about the process of independence. This will go directly into the Belizean classroom in two ways. One, the attitudes of learning and talking about this episode of Belizean history will shift. And two, it's also important that our teachers will learn about different approaches to teach history and make history a very fun endeavor for all students across our country.
If we don't understand where we're coming from, how will we know where we need to go? As an educator, I am really in agreement with what is happening today. I think it's an eye-opener. It is really relevant to what we're doing in Belizean studies because we want to move away from social studies, which is only one subject per se or one subject matter within the educational system, to doing Belizean studies, which includes or incorporates geography, social studies, science, and different other subjects within itself, all right? And I really appreciate what has been brought to our attention today and how this can help us to begin to see the change that we want to see happening in Belize and where we want Belize to go from here.
As a Belizean studies teacher, we are looking, or it is reminding us of our importance in the classroom to help students build a sense of identity, because when you have a sense of understanding why you are a Belizean and also looking at our history, slavery, colonization, and where we want to be, it all has an impact on our mentality and how we overcome the tribulations that we're facing as a nation and as a people. So everything today encompasses getting our motivation for going back into the classroom and also instill the values that are needed for students to have a sense of self-awareness as Belizeans.
Welcome back to Fridays on the Lawn. If you've missed us a little while ago, don't fret, because this live is going to be available across our social media platforms. But thank you so much for joining us. We're in our second segment of our show, and I want to start off by saying that UB, as we know it, has a history that stretches through several predecessor institutions, right? And all of them, of course, have made equal contributions to the development of higher education as we know it in Belize. One such institution, however, the Belize Technical College, is one that we're so pleased to have a guest with us who most recently, a few hours ago, I believe, made an important donation to the University of Belize Library. Joining us is one of our most recent retired faculty, Mr. Leonard Mortis, coming from the Department of Engineering. And with us, he's going to share a little bit of the importance of that part of UB's history. Morning, Mr. Mortis. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
It's always a good thing when we've not lost all of our people. You've gone, you've retired, but here you are.
Yeah, I'm still UB.
Right back with us, and we appreciate that so much. Tell us a little bit about this book, Deeds Not Words, Writings on the Technical High School and the Belize Technical College. And you're co-authored by Mr. Vernon Card and yourself. Tell us a little bit about that.
The genesis of the book is that during the COVID period, we were quarantined within our houses, and some of our members, past teachers, had passed, and we were unable to go to the funeral because of the quarantine. And I came out because we still have a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
And I came up with a thing and said, here, we need to put this in writing. We need to put the history of the Belize Technical College in writing. because a lot of our people are passing with the stories and with the history. And so that is where it started, where Mr. Card, who's now, he passed away about a month and a half ago. We came together, and for 4 years, we wrote a book on the Belize Technical College, and how the college was for development of the country, what the role it played. So it's written in two parts. A first part by Mr. Carr that looks at the everyday of how the college did their thing, and then the second part I did a deep dive into the history of the college itself.
Now, you mentioned something just a while ago that the Belize Technical College played a very important role in the educational and technical development of Belize. Share a little bit about that.
Well, the Belize Technical College is no more. It amalgamated with 4 other tertiary level institutions in 2000 to become UB. So we are a part of UB. We were the genesis. The school itself, Belize Technical College, was established in 1952. All right, 7th of January 1952. And the idea was that at the time, Belize was a colony, very small. We only had 5 secondary schools. We had 2 Catholic schools, St. John's and St. Catherine's, 2 Anglican, St. Hilda's, St. Michael's, and Wesley College, which is Methodist. So all 5 were denominational. And the government at the time and the British Exchequer and so on gave finance to build a school that was not like the 5 that was there, because the 5 existing schools were very academic.
Right.
Greek, Latin, everything. So they said that the country at the time needed to be developed, and we could only do that through technical education and science. So we started, the school was established in 1952 with 41 students as a secondary school. And then, it morphed and changed into a technical college. So it started as Technical High School, and in 1956 the name changed to Belize Technical College.
What are some of the careers that we've seen come from technical?
Wow. In the book we have an area where every single profession just now we had Miss Jacqueline Willoughby passed just a while ago, and I showed her the book and I said, your name is in here. And the attorneys. So we have architects, attorneys, engineers, doctors, many, and they're still around. Some of them are still heads of department and doing things still as members of past Belize Technical College.
Now, I'm interested here. Why do you think that making such a generous contribution, I will say a contribution because the university is not paying a cent for this book, and I know that, your sweat, toil, money has been invested into this book. Why do you think, particularly for our UB students living today, and even some of our faculty and the wider community, why is it important for you to have donated into UB's collection of books, something
that's
as
a good
important
question.
as this?
No, every university requires a strong library. Just 3 weeks ago, the university applied for accreditation candidacy to an organization in the US, SACS.
Right.
So it's in your documentation there. And for this institution to be accredited, the library must have certain things. It must have physical books. Although we're going electronic, it must have physical books. And this book is a part of assisting in that endeavor. Also, if you need to do research, if students need to do research, faculty need to do research, it's there. Now this book is at 49 branches of the Belize Library Service. The National Library, at 49 branches. We have it at the National Heritage Library down the road. We have it at the archives. Then how could it be there and not be at UB, where that is where it starts? That is where, if I want right now, if I want a transcript, I need to come here because my records are here.
It's here.
All right.
It's
So
here.
that is one of the things we had to it's to preserve the book. If you want to preserve knowledge, you have got to put it in a library.
That's right.
It will be here after I'm gone.
That's right.
And it is in the library. It's here after the other my co-author, Mr. Card. He's gone.
Right.
Right. He's gone, but his book is still.
I want to, as we're getting ready to close off this segment, I want to ask you, maybe you can share with us, I know when I think about technical, I have my own memories of technical, but I'm proud to say that even today at the University of Belize, there are some traditions that we've maintained that we carry through. One in particular would be the Relathon, which is an annual, it's a huge event that we look forward to. It's really a nice feeling knowing that you continue to carry on the tradition.
Because when the amalgamation happened, the UB took on all the liabilities and all the assets.
Right.
And a great asset was that race. And this institution, UB, continues to run it. So every year I read, and from your department, we have more history here that when it happens again, you could get more information on how it started, its genesis, what are the reasons, who started it. So
I want to end off the session by asking you, can you think about, I know you have many memories, if you can share one memory in particular, or perhaps one individual that should not be forgotten when we think about the Belize Technical College.
Okay, in regards to UB, because there are so many, regards to UB, we have our second President Emeritus, Dr. Corinne Martha Lewis. She was a UB, a Belize Technical College graduate. She wrote the epilogue for this book. She still loves technical.
Right,
and we have the
so
president right now, Dr. Vince. He was a student at the Belize Technical College and now doing things at UB.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Mr. Mortis. It's a pleasure. I know you're taking time out of your free time, if I can say. Please feel free to come back and reach out in the future if there's anything you want us to, to support you with having to do with the University of Belize. We're wrapping up the second segment. We have one final segment left, and you don't want to go anywhere because we are going to move forward and we're looking at the future and we're looking at how the university is planning on supporting its faculty for the 2026 academic year. We'll be right back.
My name is Dr. Danladi Chiroma Husseini. I have a PhD in public health from University of South Africa, UNISA, the same university that Nelson Mandela went to. I came to Belize in 2009, brought in by the University of Belize to come and teach and support the pharmacy program. I'm involved in a lot of research. The most current research is on climate change and mental health. And so we look at climate change and health and climate change and antimicrobial resistance. We collected data from over 600 participants where we examine the predictors of mental health when it comes to climate change. You see, we cannot stop hurricanes, and Belize is right in the middle of hurricane season, but we can explore ways to reduce its impact on the health of our population. So the data we collected indicated that the hurricane itself is not the major trauma predictor for mental health. Rather, it is the aftermath of it. For instance, when electricity is lost, so such disruptions causes mental anxiety. Also, when students have lost time for school because of flooding or because of school closure due to climate change disruptions. It could also be the farmers, because if there's drought or there's flooding, it causes anxiety to farmers because eventually families will go hungry. We need to provide solutions. How do we handle this as a country? We believe that climate change at the moment should be incorporated in our classes. Whether you're doing science or you're doing arts, people should be made aware of climate change. Part of our research also involves students. From 2000 till date, some of our students in pharmacy have co-published with the faculty about 25 publications, and it's right there in the public space. Now, we also are currently involved in research that has to do with vaping, e-cigarettes, because we see that there are a lot of that, and many people are thinking that that is a safe way to smoke. We have finished collecting data to explore the impact of vaping and e-cigarettes on the population here in Belize, especially as it applies to our young people. I am Dr. Danladi Chiroma Husseini, here at the University of Belize. We are not just sharing knowledge, we are shaping the future.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is Friday on the Lawn, UB's conversation series, where we get to talk with all sorts of people all across our campuses to talk about everything that's happening, what's in the planning, and what we can expect. Our final segment comes at the end of a very exciting first episode, I must say, because we've been able to talk about what's coming up in terms of the UB student experience. We sat down a little while ago and spoke with Mr. Leonard Mortis about the history of the Belize Technical College, and now we're looking forward. And this segment is particularly geared to our faculty, the people who are really at the heart of our academic mission. And joining us this morning, none other than Dr. Charlene Enriquez-Savory, who is our Vice President of Academics. Doc, welcome to the Lawn.
Thank you for having me.
This is your debut. This is our third season, and I'm happy that you've made it on our third season. I know you have an extremely busy portfolio, but thank you so much for joining us. I want to jump right into the conversation as we get ready to start this new academic year. Talk to us about the planning, and in particular, what would be the key priorities that your office has been looking at in terms of our faculty development for this year?
For this year, we have 4 to 5 major priorities, but among them, the one that I'm zooming in most for this year is faculty support and development. We also have the accreditation, but all this that we're doing in building faculty and supporting faculty will take us smoothly into achieving that.
Congratulations on the accreditation process.
Thank you. Thank you.
You and your team have worked so hard for so long. We have to give the people their flowers before they know they are, right? So I just wanted to put that in.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
And so in trying to put together what supporting faculty will be for us for this semester, we start with, at the beginning of the semester, by having a new faculty orientation, and that new faculty orientation allow us to give the new faculty a new start, and a good start in terms of curriculum assessment, in terms of standard expectation, research expectation for them. So I believe the 2-day session that we had with them give them that good start. And so that was just to build and encourage the new faculty. For those that were returning or are returning, we had a general faculty meeting where we outlined what the priorities are for this year. So all faculty who attended that general faculty meeting now have a clear understanding of what will be our priorities, and among them, like I mentioned before, is faculty support and development. And we started that with a workshop on table of specification in the afternoon, and that is our first series of professional development and faculty support that we believe could assist in enhancing assessment and strategy for assessment for students. And once we believe that faculty, once they are comfortable in assessing and aware of all the strategies, then I believe that that will transfer to our student. And at the end, we'll have striving students as a result.
Are there any other areas or opportunities for professional development?
We do have a series of professional development that we're planning for the entire year. We are now tasked in developing a calendar of professional development for the year. I am working alongside quality assurance. I'm working alongside research office, my office, and also with ODL to ensure that we populate the calendar in a way that there's not different activities happening at the same time. And so we do have a series of professional development, but we want to focus mainly for this year on learning outcome assessment. We want to focus on wellness, because we want to focus on the entire faculty itself, the whole person itself. So there will be some wellness session that we're putting in, focusing on teaching strategies. We're looking at some leadership skills, because we want to encourage faculty to step up and take up the leadership position within the different faculty and within the university. So those are some of the areas. There are specific areas that we will be focusing on as it relates to the faculty itself, but we have asked the deans and the chairs to reach out to their faculty and identify internally what are those specific areas that faculty would like us to focus on as it relates to professional development, as it relates to their specific area. So in addition to the ones that we have identified that will be in or on the agenda, we will be also including those that come specifically from the faculty. And so for the faculty can go to Quality Assurance webpage or website in a week or two, and they will be able to identify and go through the entire calendar of event that we're proposing for the semester and for the entire year. And they can recommend additional professional development sessions or series that they would like us to focus on.
And I have to say, I mean, that's progressive, because it's not just a one-way road, right? It's both ways. And so I think that's an important, particularly when we think about how we are evolving with technology, with our teaching methodologies. It's important to hear from our faculty in regards to what area that they think that they need, to get that support. For faculty who might be in tune right now and listen, I want you to, and we're wrapping up right now, I'm so sorry we have to cut, but the time is flying so quickly. What are some words of encouragement that you want to share with your faculty as we're getting ready? We're at the end of the first week. What's the mindset that our people need to have as we get ready to embrace what's coming this academic year?
I would like to encourage all faculty to participate and invest in yourself, invest in your growth. The different professional development sessions that we will be making available for the faculty is a form of our support, but it is with the intention that we are investing in your growth. And so we want you to be aware, get to know what are the sessions, participate, take it as a personal initiative for you to invest in your growth. Because when you invest in yourself, when you invest in your personal growth, that translates back to the student, and as a result of that, we will have thriving students. Right. And that's what we want. We want that at the end of the day, that while we're investing in you, while we are making sure that you are our priority, we want to see this translate to the quality of classes that we are delivering. We want to see translate to the overall quality of our programs. And so my recommendation, get involved, participate, invest in yourself, know what's happening as it relates to professional development within the university, and do your best as we go through the remainder of the academic year.
Thank you so much, Dr. Enrique Serrano. We've taken away at least 15 minutes out of your time.
It's my
from
pleasure.
getting the work done. All the best. I hope this is not the last time you're going to be with
Definitely
us on
not.
the lawn. We have an open door policy. I'm right across the hall from you, so please feel free to come tap on the door and let me know if there's any way our office can continue to support. That's it for our first episode, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you've missed this first episode, we have you covered because we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are also, across all our social media platforms on LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram. So thank you, thank you. If you're a faculty, a student, a sponsor, any part of our UB community and you want to get in touch with the Marketing and Communications Office to share an idea or to maybe come share with us something on the lawn one of these Fridays, please feel free to reach out to us at communications@ub.edu.bz. It is our intention, if the good Lord is willing and the weather will permit, to be out here every Friday of the week to bring you all the updates and the good news that our national university continues to create. Thanks again from all of us here on the Belmopan Campus of the University of Belize. Until next week, Friday, be safe and have a wonderful weekend.